Oh, boy. Let's get kicked out. Hey, yeah, Dan. Welcome to day 66, day 50. If you're joining me on this sobriety journey, boy, do we got a lot to talk about. Very dialed in. Very, very dialed in. Let me dial in my seat so I don't fall it off. Also known as, we got a lot in the news. We got a lot to build. We are now submitting our app right here at the bottom part right here. We are now going to the beautiful Apple Store. The beautiful Apple Store. As a developer, add that to the resume. A D2 rugby player is now shipping apps to the Apple Store. There's so much going on in the news. We are not going to be going over that just yet. However, we have to talk about it because I'm in that game. Asking prices of real estate have fallen for the 9th straight month. We're going to be going over the news. We're going to be going over just pages of learning to become a professional. You got to become a professional. You got to learn about the agentic development experience. How do you buy your VPS? And our boy, why is this a thing? Gave us a little document of his own while I was flying high right here. Everything's getting printed. Everything is getting printed. On the way to work today, guess what I said to myself? I don't know, Charles. I could care less. I'm only tuning in because you entertain us, and hopefully at one time you're actually going to build something that we're going to be able to brag about to friends, and then you can put it on X. Woo! Stream of consciousness coming out. Hey, yeah, damn. You know what we are? Because we wanted a walkthrough from Black Goku. Hopefully, let's just look that up. Let's make sure that that's Black Goku. All right, so it's this guy, whatever this guy is. Black Goku username, and I'm going back and forth. I'm going top producers. There's a guy, Brian Buffini. He's a world class Brian Buffini, world class real estate guy. Look at that. Who's not buying or selling an apartment through this fella? Look at this. Him and his wife, his lovely bride. Congratulations to his daughter. I guess she just got married. He's got 5 kids. One of them played Division High School. The other one's something else. Whatever. There you go. Congratulations to your daughter. What is this guy, 17 feet tall? Is that the Nordic football player? Oh, look at that. FIFA comes to the United States and he moves from soccer to football. Black Goku sends out a message and he says, hey dude, what's going on with Life OS? This is the top producers. I'm narrowing it down. We are not going to Vibe Coders. We are not going about ARR, I should say, annual recurring revenue, monthly recurring revenue, recurring revenue, whatever. Of course, we're going to be making money and everything else. Who are we? What are we? What is this? What are you building? What are you about? Give me the answers, Charles. Today, I had my heart rate up for about 10 minutes above 160. And I was doing intervals, and I was drenched. I was doing intervals at 8 minutes a mile, a little bit below, then a little bit above, then 8 minutes a mile, a little bit below. Once you're doing that and you're not a 8-minute miler, and it sounds easy. On a treadmill, you're looking at 8 speed. That's the 8 speed. I said, this is what we're about. We're not guys or gals that are sitting on the webs and doing Dragon Ball Listen, Mark, the mic is not hot enough. It's not hot enough. Let's turn it down to mic to make sure that the number one thing we need to pull on right now is visualizing the game. We need to be able to have this as the number one template when moving forward in creating worlds in which people are discovering not only them as members within the riding and walking around the world of Harbor Estates, but also we're going to clone this and the assets within this library to create subsequent worlds that other users or members are going to be using. We need to continue going, orchestrating, have one orchestrator on a nice visual loop. That's the most important thing. Number 2 is the ADE. The ADE. Okay? Number 3 is I gotta get married. No, I don't. But after this weekend of doing manual labor, of putting in 15, 20,000 steps a day, minimum, I go, you know what we're about? The entire lifestyle. By the way, Opus sucks. Opus absolutely sucks. It is trash. Dario and Boris need to get into a room with their execs. They need to understand that one of them, actually no, that was OpenAI. She got married. I was not ready for him to say eliminate the skills. I don't know what he's talking about there. So there's 4 areas that I'm looking at subsequently. Number 1, obviously the ADE. Number 2 is the meta world. Number 3 is the Life OS, which we're going to be working on again right here. Number 4 is going to be, let's pull this down. Number 4 is going to be the actual building out of the Todd AI. The Todd AI is the button down here that essentially will message you every single day and say, hey, listen, as of 8/4, you only had 5 hours of sleep. By the way, you have 16 docs that are available, whatever. You have your front page of everything you need. I like the development of it, except it needs to be better. Like, let's be honest, it needs to be better. And the apps itself, there's a lot of apps that I actually want to continue using, like, I don't know, the Live Ride, which is going to be upgraded. The Studio needs to be upgraded. The browser is going to be put into the ADE. The freehand's going to be put into the ADE. The B-Shot, which I already talked about. The prompt will be probably in the ADE. The books will probably be put into there. We're getting actual development access, finally. I got developer ID certified. I got team certified. I got imported my certificate, whatever the heck that means. I have an app-specific password. I got notary profile. I got an Orbit sign-in indent, no idea what that is. And then I sent it over to Apple, and now it's submitted, and now it's in Apple's queue. It's in Apple's queue. They either will reject or accept it. And to be honest, at this point, yes, you need to deploy Orbit so Apple can actually say yes or no to it. They are obviously going to say yes. We don't accept any no's. We don't accept any no's. Don't ever bring up no's in my life. Don't ever bring up no's in my life. All right. Who are we? Let's bring that up. While I bring this down, actually, let's do this. Let's prompt this. I want you to look at every single one of these tabbed options. The streaks, the trackers, the journal, the workout, sleep, docs, drive, wealth calendar, tasks, and checklist. Yes, you may think, wow, Charles, that's a lot. It's not, actually, because this is where people are going to live. This is their personal life. This is exactly what they are going to be doing on a day-to-day basis to level up their life. Streaks is going to be habits that they track every single day. Trackers is going to be an area in which they stopped doing something and they track how long it's been. Journal is going to be a video or text, voice to text journal of what they've done, along with screenshots of their build and or selfies. The workout is going to be an area in which it tells the user what their workout of the day is. The sleep is going to be coming in from their ring. Docs is going to be a rival to Google Docs. Drive is a rival to Google Drive. Wealth is going to be coming in from GetOrigin.ai. That's going to be a comparative where it brings in Plaid API and people can look at their wealth. Calendar is going to be a complete area that is a rival to Google Calendar. Tasks, you obviously have tasks, recurring tasks, checklists, you have checklist templates. What I want you to do is visually look at every single one of them. You have one orchestrator, preferably Fable, who then spawns up as many Haiku and Sonnet agents to go through every single tab. You're going to look at that area and you're going to say, how are we going to level this person up for every single user? Visually, the user experience, the user interface, it's going to be beautiful, amazing. It's live, all the features work. You're going to click around. It's going to be a deep dive into the entire tabbed area, every single option within every single area. That is all going to be connected into Todd AI, which is the button on the bottom right. When people click on that, they understand that there is areas they must focus on for that day. Overdue tasks, calendar events. Maybe they're looking at their sleep or their workout or their checklist or the docs, whatever the case is. We are going to be the number one personal development, leveling up top producers for your life in this one section. Spawn up all the agents in a orchestrated build in which you recommend the order. You take control. You are the hero. You are the guide. Boom. Spin that up. I'm going with what Boris says. I'm going with Boris. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Why am I saying this, by the way? Why am I saying this? You go over the news and you have my mind, which says, what are you trying to implant into my mind? Okay? Prices fall. People look at that as fear. They look at that as bad. I look at that as opportunity. I just got off a call. The reason I'm late, this guy cannot convince his buyer to buy. And I told him, you can't convince anyone to do anything. It's based on emotion. I don't have any emotion. I don't feel anything at any time. However, I understand that other people feel things. And I'm just kidding with that. But they cannot be logically convinced to buy something, put cash down, buy an apartment, whatever the case is. They have to feel or be pulled to buy something. If I look at this, I go opportunity. I go opportunity. I was at the Apple store for, 3-4 hours. My mom had to do a bunch of stuff with her iPhone. She had to get a new computer, new iPhone, a bunch of stuff. Great experience at this one store. Great experience. The number one thing that I was thinking about, because they brought up Siri. They said, do you want to connect Siri? I said, no. What the hell is Siri? Siri is trash right now. This is the thing. We talked about, what's his name? Larry Ellison. Was it Larry Ellison? His net worth is only 168. You know, I feel bad for him. I actually said a prayer. I hope his 168 billion goes up to 250 billion overnight. I truly hope he gets all of his money back and he's able to live whatever. In the coming world, when you have people that are renting Apple products instead of buying it, when they're renting real estate and not buying it, when they are in a robo-taxi like my buddy or this other guy who I met who had thousands of rides in San Francisco through robo-taxi, what differentiates yourself? What is a brand at that point? You know, I look at the other vibe coders, they're all now coming into my YouTube feed because I'm putting this out and everything else. They are doing this for money. Obviously, money is the byproduct. The issue is that in America, I don't know what it's like for the rest of the world, but in America, they think that I get, I do, and then I be. In other words, I'm in shape, then I eat well, and then I'm happy. Or I work out, whatever the case is. In other words, it's all backwards. I get something, then I do something, and then I'm in. It's the opposite. You be that person, you then do that thing, and then you get. Okay, this is personal development 201, not 101. This is 201. First area is personal responsibility, which I look around, and if I was in the healthcare industry, I'd be making billions of dollars because nobody's in shape. Granted, I'm in America. I'm in New York City. Everything is given to us. When you are in a world of, as they say on moonshots, where abundance is at such a level where they don't even look at money, and as Elon Musk, you're post-capitalism, and now you're giving out either tokens or compute, or you share in the profit of the compute. Now you're in a different world. What is happiness at that point? What is your drive? Why do you wake up? Why do you get out of bed? What is your purpose? You know, there's a book out there, it's called Purpose Driven Life. It's Christian focused. I've never read it. It's a good mindset. However, we're going to enter that at warp speed really quickly. And you're going to have two of my buddies, as they weren't arguing in the group chat because one buddy was saying, I love to drive. I'm never going to have anything drive for me. The other guy was saying, I love that I don't have to drive. I hope I never have to drive again. Now we got guys that are probably voting the same way, thinking the same way, in shape, everything. Now we're starting to differentiate. Now we're differentiating. We're differentiating. Oh, just hit 11,000 steps. Look at that. Wow. Didn't even do anything besides run. And I got a lot to do. It's only 11:30, 11:15. And I should be a better live streamer and actually start looking at the chat. But terrible way. Eliminate words from your vocabulary. Number one is feel. Eliminate that. Number two is think. Yoda's right. Okay, that little squirrel-looking gremlin thing, which I don't even think I've ever seen Star Wars. I know that's going to hopefully offend people. I like to offend people. What I want you to do is look at all of the websites, and by all of them, I mean two of them, iCharles and Botenston.com. iCharles is going to be based on Charles Botenston, the dual career of 17 years. I wouldn't even say 17 years. What I would do is have it as a relative number of 2009, starting in real estate, starting his own company in 2014, and then becoming a vibe coder in 2026. He is into faith, personal development, books, tech, AI, vibe coding, and any other juicy things that you find on my Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, or that's it. Botenston.com is going to be a website in which people go to who are looking for inspiration. They are inspired to have their app created, their website created, their idea created. They're a solopreneur, entrepreneur. They are looking to get their idea off the ground. That's who we are. That's who we are going after. We are going after those people who are go-getters. We are for the movers, not just the shakers. We are for the top 1% to 2% of people who actually take action, for the top producers. That's the differentiation between both of them. Botenston.com, we are going to reorganize the menu options where it is going to be about learn, and the other option on potentially both websites is the vibe coding. The learn area is going to be a very high IQ outfit of people who are actually looking to understand at a higher level coding, vibe coding, AI, tech, development, design, architecture, database, front end, back end, wiring, security. And what we're going to do is we're going to create every single day a 10-page minimum, highly graphical, diagram forward, very intellectually stimulating Claude artifact that can be downloaded publicly from the website on Botenston.com that is going to be of interest of what I, Charles Botenston, want and are interested in. That is going to be able to be downloaded via PDF daily, and a synopsis is going to be under the Learn menu option, or something else that is a high click-through rate name in the menu. I don't think you understand how dialed in I am. I almost said the F word today. I actually said the first three letters on the phone because I'm just so fired up right now. There is such an opportunity for a subset of designers, developers, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, content creators who want to take advantage of the AI without actually going into AI. So this is the best way to say it. You have Squarespace. I want to control everything. You have someone else develops it for me, or maybe the vibe coders. And then there's a happy medium that's in between. The people that are on the field. Maybe they are not as in it as I am, we are, whatever. But they want their idea. A buddy of mine who is into CrossFit, he needs his own personal website, and maybe his gym needs a website. He doesn't update it that often. It needs to be chic, sexy, awesome, modern. I got other people that I'm friends with. Another woman who I met at a Tony Robbins event, she just opened up a store in her hometown selling food. She's a real estate agent, but she also invested in the store. This store needs a website, potential online orders, potential whatever. You know what it is? I haven't even looked at the chat. We are going to be focusing on one of the conversations on how to actually do the best way to do a AI news every single day on Instagram. It is either going to be through Riverside. You know what? Let's just do the chat right now. Let's do the chat right now. And then we got to go to the chat. Once I'm locked in, though, it's over. It's over. And you know what, today, because my AirPods were a lemon that I bought from Best Buy, and I returned them, and I lost my case, I went without headphones today, and I go, that was hard. I had no music. I have no entertainment. I did 6.4 minimum to 7.5 on 90-second repeats. And in the last 5 minutes, I went up to 9, which is close to a 80%, 85% sprint. And then I went down 30 seconds to 9 to 8.5 to 8 to 7.5 to 7. Then had to go to 6 because otherwise I was going to fall and go viral on one of those videos because I looked behind me, there was a camera. If I fell, I would have been flown back by the treadmill. And I was sweating all over the place. I went through like two towels. I couldn't take in any water. I was huffing and puffing. My heart rate was pushing 166, 168. All right, shut up, Charles. Keep on building and entertain us. And then look at the chat, you dope. All right, here it is. What was I going to do? Okay. You know what? Let's go to the actual app. Let's go to the app. Agentic AI. I have so much I want to build. So much I want to build. That's the credibility you need now. Credibility is becoming and getting accepted in the App Store after their AI looks at our AI. It says, by the way, how clean is this? This is clean. Kimmy K actually did this. Kimmy K went through and cleaned this up. And there's the workout. Yesterday was my first rest day in probably 4 weeks. I needed it. Every single workout was saying 48-hour workout time period off. All right, let's go to apps. Let's go to Studio. Let's take this clean link. All right, let's put this in. What we're going to be doing every single day is putting out the top AI stories. And it will go on Instagram. It probably will go on TikTok, even though I'm against TikTok. It might go on to X, even though I'm probably against TikTok. Even though Why Is This a Thing loves it. And let's just focus on Instagram for now. In the background is going to be a green screen of a screenshot of the actual story I'm going to be talking about. It's going to be about 10 to 15 seconds every single story, 5 stories. Everything is going to be under 60 minutes. 60 seconds. Holy cow. 60 seconds. I've included a URL above. The URL above is a, hopefully, Riverside.com clone, replica, stealing of everything that they do best, except their nonsensical, gimmicky items. The best thing we need to do is have a 16:9 or 9:16 recording device that gets uploaded to Cloudflare. There is a rendering 10 out of 100% percentage uploading. Then once it renders, I'm able to click on it. Then I'm in a video area that I can actually edit. And it's a very clean user experience, user interface. I probably already have videos here. Then when I'm actually going to export, I export in the highest quality. That is in 16.9 or 9:16. There is an export out of 100% where it will give me where it is at. We need to spawn as many agents as we need. One orchestrator as Fable. Everything else is Sonnet or Haiku to come back with any information on Riverside.com, along with the actual build and the URL we have above. We are going to be putting out Monday through Friday the top 5 news. I already mentioned everything above. We are taking out pauses, ums, ahs, and other filler words. I want to either film this on my Osmo Pocket 3 or my iPhone, whatever is easiest. We are in a brainstorming, also research heavy phase, deep thinking on the best way to do this, as we're going to be going viral to thousands and thousands of people, securing hundreds of thousands of views and dozens of followers every second, and going viral consistently through incredible news, energy, and inspiration. So there's 2 facets. Boatenston.com, which is my personal handle, is going to be Boatenston.com. My LinkedIn and X and Facebook is going to be talking about the build. But then I also need to have a top of the funnel where I am talking about AI news. We're talking about Palantir. We're talking about Peter Thiel. We're talking about Larry Ellison. We're talking about Zucks, Dario. We're talking about Carp. We're talking about all the dogs that are lighting up the comments section. They're lighting it up. They're just sitting there, AI slopping. Their paws all over. They're drooling. It's like, bro, you got to think above it. Otherwise, you're going to be renting a Tesla in a robo-taxi in a rental car, and you're going to be renting food from a rental robot and just getting your daily, monthly compute. People are going to vote on your behalf because you travel too much and you overtook your green credits. And then you got the doghouse, which is us, in a good way. You're invited in VIP to the top producers, Boatenston.com. And this is not for vibe coders. That's what I came out. I am not shipping for vibe coders. I'm shipping for the people that want to either upkeep their own items or build on behalf of someone else. And this is just an opportunity to do that. And also be part of a community, also have their own domain name, their own inbox, their own calendar, their own to-do list, their own checklist, their own docs, their own drive, their own website, their own short links, which I got to do actually today, the short link. Then I got to go to what is my handle? AI News. Then the AI News goes up to Boatenston.com. All right, so here it is. This is deep dive into the TLDR. Here we go. Too long, don't read, or didn't read, whatever it is. The Life OS, I still have not looked at the chat. That's embarrassing. That's a terrible live coder, vibe coder, side coder. I almost said something else. But it currently fails the vision. Okay, good. We love that. We love failure. The two flagship features are invisible to every paying member. Okay. Okay, the headline. Todd is owner. Got it. Okay, mobile. Deep links are dead. I don't like that. Streaks opens blank, even worse. Trackers reset is cruel. What does that even mean? All right. Recommended build order. Wire the dead code. Love it. We are going to put an orchestrator in charge of this build. And we are going to have the orchestrator with the clear objective of bringing everything in this chat to 100 out of 100 in the order in which the orchestrator believes, and spawns as many Sonnet Haiku agents with very specific instructions. You're not going to ask me for any approval. You're going to go max. All right. This is AI. Okay, you have 8 running. 8 workers running. Gate cleared. I'll synthesize the findings. Okay. The fleet is running in the background. All right. This one is the ADE. Confirmed iOS loop screen. Okay. No idea where that is right now. You have... which one is this? Metaverse, okay. On the template question, the orchestrator returned a full design. Let's look at this full design. In one sentence, are you actually spinning up agents, or are you actually committing? Where are we in this chat? And can I actually walk around this world? All right. Then we're going to go over live ride. That needs to change. That needs to change. That needs to change. And I'm also in between how to do this. You know, I was on the treadmill. When you're on the treadmill, you got a lot to think about. How do you want it priced? I don't like... There's a guy that vibe codes, and there's a couple of people that are doing lifetime subscriptions. I don't want that. In 5 years, I don't want someone coming back into the environment that is not up to date. I want them in and out. I want them in and out. I don't want someone to come back in. Perfect example, I subscribe to this guy, Brian Johnson. Not the Brian Johnson that, I don't know who the other guy is, but I followed this guy. He was on, something, what was his, Heroic app or something? It's a different Brian Johnson. It was Heroic app or something, here we go. This guy. So I'm on the legacy plan of this. And he offered it out, it was good. But I haven't been on here in years. I shouldn't be able to just get into this guy, his whole thing. He's got an app, he's got discipline, flip the switch. He's read a lot of books. I've read that. Atomic Habits I've read. Wired to Eat I've read. Fat to Fuel I've read. Flow I've read. Stress Test, maybe not. Upside of Stress, that's by Kelly McGonigal. She's read that. Eat, Move, Sleep, I don't think I've read. Revive, I might have. Anyway, Charles, shut up. All right, so this guy's all about personal development. He's worked with the best, from SEAL team guys to DevGuru to whatever. Anyway, I shouldn't be able to go to this guy right here, the original Brian Johnson, and go, hey, by the way, I bought this 6 years ago when you were offering it, and I now have 6 years of your server, your development, your app, your money, your time, all of it for free. I should have to pay for this information because now I have 6 years of videos and notes and PDFs and everything else. I shouldn't be able to do that. So I'm away from the lifetime membership of this. That's a big thing, because what's your pricing model? By the way, unbelievable. Let's open the chat for a second. Let's actually look at this. Oh, we got $2. Euro. There we go. Distortion pedal. Super chat is a bribe, so he reads it. Of course, Mark. Mark, would you like to bribe me as well? Super chat is a bribe. Runs the world. What's your bit rate at? It's like you're talking over yourself. Buzzword Central, new word for Bosa to explore, implement into his abstraction layers. There will never be anything when it comes to other apps besides Apple. Yeah, I don't know who the other guy is. The other guy also reminds me of Peter Attia, that was mentioned in the guy who somehow in the most crowded part of Manhattan somehow was not available to be on the mortal plane, if you know what I mean. The Stein Files. Peter Attia was in that. If you go down rabbit holes, you'll notice that some of the people that you look up to are also chatting away, and that's why they're all staying in line. Staying in line. It should be, or it could even be the old song, "Stay alive, stay alive, oh, 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 stay alive, stay alive." All right, so what is abstraction layers? An abstraction layer is a mechanism in computer science and software engineering that hides the underlying implementation details and complexity of a subsystem. By separating a system into distinct conceptual boundaries, it produces a simplified, unified interface. This allows components to interact seamlessly without needing to know. Woo! Wow! If this was a person, I would immediately be like, what's your Instagram? Whatever you're putting out, I'm buying. You got a course, boom. Here's my CC. Here's my CC. Take it. Drain my bank account, bro. What you just said in that, literally, one of the best. Oh, is ripped from Wikipedia? Okay, whoever, if it's ripped from Wikipedia or not, this has to be one of the best one paragraph, 3 sentences that I have read in quite some time. This is the art form of AI. Boris talked about this recently. He goes, we are not good with writing. You know what's also funny? They started saying that you had people that were actually really really debating what avenues you're going down, and that people really should not be running on the frontier miles. That's what the interviewer is. Do you know what Boris said? That guy's got a dog inside of him. He's got a bark. He comes off as this nice, gentle guy. I guarantee he slams the door. Ain't no safe space around Boris closed door meetings. Dude replies. Guy comes back. Pretty innocuous question. Pretty easy question. Boris replies, goes, who said this? I just finished my Sunday workout. I'm like, whoa, Boris, my dog's coming out firing. And they're like, oh, what's Carp's name from Palantir? Alex. They said, Alex Karp said it from Palantir. He goes, oh yeah, we're gonna have the tractors. I was like, oh, Boris. He was probably thinking it was Sam Altman. Nah. You know what Alex Karp is also talking about? He is still harping. I think Alex is pissed off that the frontiers are taking off. The open source are taking off. Because the Palantir, they were promised everything. They were promised everything. Allegedly, my opinion. Yeah, this is actually gonna get its own chat right now. This is gonna get its own chat. We're gonna take you outside of the windows, dog. We are taking you outside. We are gonna do... Let's just do Sonnet for this. Fable, to be honest, if they unleashed Fable, if Sam was able to just be like, you know what, Department of Commerce, which is an actual, I almost said the BS word, but an absolute another fraudulent department of nonsense. I cannot wait. There is so much nonsense in our bureaucracy. I cannot wait for the government to be like, actually, we don't need you anymore. Why would that open it in that window? Okay. I like this word. Sonnet, what you're going to do is be intelligent, first of all. You are a high Q, high outfit, top producer at Botenstein Enterprises. You are going to be going out, spinning up as many Sonnet or Haiku members. You are one orchestrator among many. Spin up as many as you need. You're going to come back with a 10-page PDF, first as an artifact. Then you're going to put it into a blog post that is going to live on Botenstein.com. The new word of the day and the word for this week is going to be abstraction layers. We are going to incorporate this into either iCharles.com, into our IDE, also known as ADE, or Boatenson.com, or any part of our build. Vitally important that we are always on top of the newest and greatest aspects in coding, development, designing, architecture. You know what's funny? First of all, yeah, the Boatenson files. I'll tell you right now. Well, I shouldn't tell you right now. I shouldn't make anything public, but we'll just go back to this. All right. I got something with this, by the way. With this artifact area. The artifact area is going to be top of the funnel. It's like, I went in. If you look at the first, this first chat, how I started this today. If you look at the top part, oh, it doesn't have it. If you look at the top right chat, which is that one, Humble Pie. You know how you got the American Pie? You know how you got, is it American Pie? The movie? You got to have the Humble Pie. The Humble Pie. Was it American Pie, the 90s movie? It was American Pie, right? American Pie. Yeah, American Pie. 1999 was the first one. Oh my gosh, I almost pulled up a screenshot from it. Boy, that would probably not fly today. Anyway, I'm heavy on this learning area because during this entire process, I thought, in the Humble Pie that I had to scoop by scoop in this chat was, I am not coding like the guys on X with the one-shots. Real or not, I can care less. Real or not, they're putting out the games, they're putting out Halos and drivers and everything else, vehicle driving. One-shots, not one-shots, whatever. Doesn't matter. I could care less. How do I get to that level? Okay, so last week I learned we need an engine. Okay, so it's Unity, it's Unreal, it's Three.js. There was a fourth one. Now you need a library. Okay, so it's a library of assets. Then you need the library of assets downloaded. Okay, so now that's step 3. Now you wire that together. Okay, for everyone in vibe coding, that's easy. For someone that wants to get into it, they've heard about it, they made a lot of money. It was really interesting. Like this artifact was really interesting right here. The agentic development environment. It was really interesting. I'm like, I want more of these. Heck, turn it into a video on HeyGen. Heck, turn it into a podcast using 11 Labs. That's a brilliant idea, actually. What I'm saying is a brilliant idea. You can watch it, listen to it, download it. Woo! Your boy's cooking. Artifact is 11 Labs is going to be listen. You're going to have HeyGen, watch, and then PDF. It hits everyone. PDF is read. And then the synopsis is the blog, which I hate that word. But I want to learn more about abstraction layers, so we're going to send that out. Let's check the chat. Terry A. Davis said something funny about Terry A. Davis, actually. Abstraction has been a thing. You know what's also been a thing? 1985. This guy on God knows what. I don't know what he was on. And they said, well, let's talk about this new word called artificial intelligence. Was an American computer program, electrical engineering, and a solo creator of Temple OS, an open source operating system. Died with severe schizophrenia. Davis claimed he was commanded by God to spend a decade building the OS as a digital manifestation of the third temple. His life was a complex mixture of technical... Wrote over 121,000 lines of code entirely on his own to build it. What? That's insane. That's insane. Oh. Interesting. I want to learn more about this. And by God, which one is he talking about? Wow, never heard of this fella. Is this the guy that also turned water into gasoline or cars? What was the guy's name that was able to run a car on water? H2O or hydrogen? He also... Stanley Meyer. Water-powered car. Fraudulent. Mysterious death. Wow. Oh. Interesting. 1998, March 20th. 2018, okay. I thought that was... how he died. Took a sip of cranberry, grabbed his neck, ran outside, and collapsed. Huh. Interesting. Oh. Had no idea. Wow. Interesting. It's interesting. Very interesting. Here we go. All right. By the way, this is top of mind right here. Top of mind. You had AMD who blew through expectations. I had no idea about HSBC. Palantir blew through expectations. Caterpillar had 20 billion first time ever in a quarter. SpaceX, August 4th, today, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Is Elon going to be doing it? A loss of 29 cents. Yeah, let's see. AMD confirmed earnings report, expected EPS of $1.61. Investors. Eli Lilly, too. ConocoPhillips. AppLovin. I have no idea who that is. Dude, I got to be honest. I would never want to be in a public company. Never in my life would I want to be in a public company. I tried these on. I think they're going to be widely adopted. This guy I was talking to this morning at breakfast, his roommate, uses it for biking. I could also see drivers using it where they're just filming. I know there's 5 minutes and everything else. I could see taxi drivers. I could see delivery people. I could see, where they walk up to a house, a dog attacks them or something happens, a homeowner's insane and you're capturing it. Everything's got to be on camera. But the EU, I don't know what's happening with the EU. I hope they all come back and yeah, but you wonder where he is. Doesn't matter. I thought about that as well. Who was it that I was listening to and they're talking about some guy, brilliant man, rest in peace and da. I'm like, well, he was being visited by ETs. This might not have been ETs. Board is fully clean. Every open item across the entire arc is now closed. 19 engineering gates. Okay. Bill Gates, what? By the way, you know what I was also thinking as well? AI is going to literally expose every single facet of every single person, subset, metaset, macro set. So metaset would be the orthopedic surgeons in your general hospital. But then the macro set would be the hospital itself. It would be the ER, or it could be the dental unit, or it could be the health practitioner, whatever. It's going to affect everyone. Apple is getting sued right now. Perfect example. Apple is getting sued right now for 20. Here's another one. You got Greg Abbott. Pray for his soul. Literally signed every single contract in the entire world to come to Texas to build out data centers when you have the power from solar, but is that enough to power it? Then he said, actually, we don't have the electrical grid to actually do that. You also need a lot of water, which Texas does not have, at least not in the inner part of Texas. On the outer parts you do, but then you also have so many communities that are being built up that's sucking up the water, and then I don't even think they can drill for foundational water. And now he put a hold on everything. I'm telling you right now, allegedly in my opinion, this dog right here is getting phone calls. His calendar is booked for the next year. He froze 2,000 proposed data centers. 2,000. This dude who made deals, whether it was over coffee or backdoor or cigars or in DC or in Texas, wherever, he is getting calls. Hey, Governor, you promised that we're good with this and that you signed off on it. What are we talking about? I saw it in the news. I saw it in the Texas Tribune. I saw it in the Texas Dispatch in Moo. This guy's a lot less hair follicles will be on his head by year's end. Yeah, I think if you are on the right or left, not to go to political, but to go to political, you are screwed right now. The good thing about mass population is you have a bunch of yo-yos who are tuned into local. Oh, here it is. Abstraction layers. Every tool you've ever used, your car, your CRM, your AI writing code right now is a stack promise. Don't worry about it. Human intent, agentic, framework, machine code. 1945. So Amir's right. This thing's been around for decades. But in 1945, they did not have the new layer. And we were coming out of August. When was Hiroshima? Was it August 6th? When was Hiroshima? I think it was actually August 6th. Yeah. Literally 2 days from now. Wow. 2 days away from everybody against their will in Japan signing away their countries. Then Dresden. The one sentence version. So this isn't deep enough. It's good enough. I would print this out or put it on a blog, and I would learn from this. So would other people. Oh my gosh, are we still talking about every open item entirely park is now closed? Okay. Are we still? So if I download the DMG right now on boatsden.com/orbit, I'm actually going to get the latest ADE, number one. And number two, does it have a auto update within the actual app itself? Continue with the next session and continue going with the next session. Stop asking for approval. That's the AI news. Wave 2. Wave 1 is verdicts when Wave 1 completes. This is the redesign. When it lands, I'll verify it. Okay, so that's still running. That's still running. This one in the background. So this was the abstraction layers. And what I want to do actually is go here. And now we need to put it into the admin area. Not under client sites, under, let's actually do the workspace. Under Boatenston.com. Under ADE, content engine. Articles, yes. Okay, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna take this out. So what we're gonna do is, you know what? Let's take this and put it into the actual chat. So that's the article that I'm going to definitely print out. Okay, so that's the metaverse. This is the ADE. This is the news. So under Boatenston.com, you're going to be putting all of the news area that is going. Actually, it's not going to be news. Artifacts that every single day you're going to be spinning up. There's going to be 2 to 3 agents that go into dives of all of these subjects that I mentioned, which is design, architecture. In this case, what I wanted to learn about is abstraction layers. Within each of the actual abstraction of the entire architecture of the artifact, Claude artifact, there's going to be 4 areas. You're going to have the synopsis, which is going to be live as an article on the actual website. We need something with a high click-through rate as a menu option. So the synopsis. Then there's going to be a PDF where people can download and read a 10 to 15 page high in diagrams and visuals. Then there's going to be potentially in the future a watch, which is going to be using HeyGen's API and 11 Labs you can listen to. Right now we also have a listen to option, but that's going to be just of the synopsis. What I want the listen to be of, the actual full PDF that they can listen to. And it's going to be under this URL. In one sentence, give me where we are and where we are going to be going, and only give me this answer from the orchestrator. There we go. Woo! It's hot in here. It is hot in here. So let's actually print this out. See, this is the problem. That's how it comes up. Trash. Even when you share it, it doesn't come up good. You know what? Let's do this. How can we create the artifact so it is printable? When I print it, it looks like absolute trash with 5 to 6 blank pages. The artifact from Claude must be printable, and every diagram and word must be fitting on every single page on the actual PDF or printable document. Put this in the memory or Claude markdown files to make sure that when doing any of the artifacts that I'm going to be printing this out and it is printer friendly. Did you see my bike ride to the dish pit? I did not, because I have no access to anyone's database, which is good. Did you actually put it in the community? Spin up a huge task in this predicament. GDBU is not stopping until the task is finished, defining a long horizon task, and essentially maximize your money. Claude just cuts you off instantly. Huge. How to check your PC with AI. Scan my whole PC for these exploited packages. Mini Shay Hulid malware was injected into Kiev 8 related NPM packages. There you go. I got to learn about NPM. Also, I want to learn about GitHub. Not Vercel, but GitHub. August 4th, after an attacker compromised... I got to be honest, I would not want to be GitHub. Uh-oh. It's worse than GBT. Yeah. You should just leave Entropic until something like Fable 5.1 comes out. So I'm using Fable only right now. I am not using Opus. Fable only. The issue is that I don't even want to give Polymarket any... Okay, both brands repositioned the new Learn and vibe coding navigation. So it's got to be a good... It's got to be a good spot. And I also want to create the, like, learning center sounds corny, though. Let's go to Gemini. Let's go to Gemini for a second. What I'm going to be doing is a artifact every single day, about a 10-page PDF, and it's going to be a Claude artifact where I'm going to be learning about something when it comes to coding, design, architecture, front end, back end. Doesn't really matter. Today, we are talking about abstraction layers. Last week, we were talking about how to one prompt a video game. What do you think in the menu option on the public web page that we are going to be storing these so I can actually share all of these Claude artifacts? Give me 10 to 15 to 20 high click-through rate, very chic, modern, sexy menu option names. What should we call this? Labs? Not bad. No, Labs is more of like beta. When you're running through artifacts? No. Log, daily, craft, builds, output? No. Devlog, blueprint, source, engine room, knowledge base, brain dump, compounding, notebook, insights. Insights isn't bad. Give me more along the lines of learning and evolution vibe. My domain name, well, I don't want to give it. Evolution, compounding, iteration, synopsis, neurons, metamorphosis, cultivated seedling, sprouts, nurture, lore, codex. Well, that's a blatant. Wow, these are not good. Those aren't good at all. Let's see what Botenstein.com looks like. Oh, there it is. Nice. Fantastic. Both of them are down. Wonderful. By the way, if you want to sign up for anything, make sure you go to the website. They're both down. Cleared. So that URL on the actual artifact is now able to be printed out. It's very important that we do this. And then you also give me a folder. You put all the artifacts into a folder because we're going to take all artifacts that were created. And I'm assuming it's everything. You know what? It's all in the artifacts. What I want you to do is go in through all of the artifacts and give me a list and the URL of the last 10 to 15 that you desire would be a very, very good lore, L-U-R-E, to bring in as a top of the funnel for people that are new to vibe coding, coding, design in general, that would benefit from these abstractions. Remove anything from the abstractions that actually, not abstractions, benefit from these artifacts. Remove anything that would be of personal details. And then give me the title, the URL, and make sure they are print friendly. All right, so now let's download this. Let's download this. Okay, now we need to restart. We got to restart. We got to bring this up. And we're not using Fable for that. Okay, Sun is fine. I need you to restart the server. Botenston.com and iTrails.com are down. iTrails.com. Wonderful. iTrails.com. Found it! Somebody is calling into the area that's known as a module. On the module, we're going to be able to... Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to fire out a couple other news stories. We already talked about that. Caterpillar first time tops $20 billion, which means that lots of construction in the United States, a lot of new builds in the United States. Obviously, this is heavy machinery. So this isn't just ordering more nail guns or more blades. That's pretty big. I would assume a lot of it is international, to be honest, because the United States is not building as much when it comes to residential. So this is either warehouses, this is commercial. I'd love to see where it is in the United States. Okay, so here it is. The result, streak of outperformance rooted in data center construction, which requires both heavy earth moving. Of course, the company's backlog has already reached a $63 billion at the end of the first quarter, up 80% year over year. Dude, that is wild. Their profit margin is 21%. Dude, those guys are rich. 21% profit margin on heavy machinery. Wow. Yeah, I would not want to be in government, by the way. There is no right move that they can make right now. I was listening to Scott Disick, the Treasury Secretary, today. That he was on Squawk Box for 10 minutes. Man, that guy I would not want to be that guy as well. You could say whatever, which I was in my head while listening to him talk about it. He did not look confident in his answers. I don't think he's always been very confident. I've seen many interviews with him. He did not look comfortable today on Squawk Box. One guy was challenging a CEO of someone in Hollywood. That guy did not look comfortable. The guy, because they are merging Warner Brothers with Paramount. Of course, that's the obvious thing to do is make sure we consolidate. But what this guy, beautiful background. Clearly he's worth a lot of money. He was just in his living room in California, worth huge amounts of money. Based on his ceiling height and the stuff in his background, clearly some highfalutin executive. He said Hollywood is an iceberg that is still floating but melting. My dog is saying the quiet part out loud. Why, by the way? So he was getting challenged. He actually got pissed off at the guy. You know the thin guy on Squawk Box? He always has his tie loose. I don't like it. Squawk Box. I spelt it wrong. It was this guy right here. So this guy right here asked the executive, and this guy is not used to being challenged. Not this guy, but the guy on... he goes, I didn't hear the executives because I was changing at that point, but I heard in the background that he got mad. I don't know the exact words. AI is going to take over. And I thought about it. AI potentially is going to be a robot saying jokes. Funny jokes. Are you going to be able to cancel robots? Are robots going to be sitcoms? Are robots now going to be writers? Are you going to give my AI the credit on this movie? Which Grok or whatever that Chinese model can actually produce, because no one in America is actually doing, you know, you are literally exposing all labor unions. SAG is the Actors Guild. Like it's insane. It's insane what we're going through right now. This guy we'll put him up at 50 million. I have no idea. Let's actually look him up. Ari, he was at Hollywood Executive. I forgot his last name. Here we go. It was this guy. Was it? Net worth. Okay, he's worth $1 billion. Ari Emanuel, worth $1 billion. Okay, I'm off by a couple of zeros. So he's worth $1 billion. This guy said it's the hardest it's ever been. He said that an AG, Attorney General, blocked something that took 18 months of governmental approval. Multiple agencies blocked. Everyone's got an ego in government. Everyone's got an ego in business. Everyone's got so many egos. Okay, let's go with the final answer. Your two final questions. Is the latest 8 live right now? No, it's still in the July 31st preview, but it cannot become until one Park keychain step runs. That's the entire remaining step. Does the app, as of this hour, the next build will. The full Sparkle 2 chain? What the hell is a Sparkle 2 chain? Next, everything can be done without you. Yes, pretend like we have Apple development approval. Okay? Thank you so much. Stop asking for that. It's coming down the line. We are going to pretend like we do. Ship it so I can download it onto my MacBook so I can test it out. We're going to skip and bypass any permissions that Apple is going to come out with on my own MacBook. Push it live. We are having zero excuses. You are not being a crying baby. You are going to get up off the floor. You're going to stop having excuses. David Goggins is your coach and your mentor, and slapping you around. Okay, Charles. Charles, do you want to be canceled before you even uncancel? Okay. Make sure that Wave 2 is running with an orchestration that was perfect into Wave 3 that is also perfect, using whatever agents you need, and a visualizer agent, vitally important, so no AI slop is actually getting UI or UX designed. So important. So important. We're sending that out everywhere. We're sending that out everywhere. Just absolute trash. Absolute visual trash they've sent back. I guarantee this guy cannot wait to get out of office. He cannot wait. This is one of the most pivotal times in the last 20 to 30 years. I found a complete from another session. I found a complete wave from another section, 2 agents. Either is, I can resume from here. Which one do you want me to pick up or drive into it? All right. That's going to send me off a cliff, so we're not even going to reply to you. Only two of the 33 published artifacts are safe. Build new. We're building new ones. And what we're also going to do is any artifact that is generated is going to be using my Claude subscription, not API use. This is vitally important that we bake this in. We are using the CLI for Claude to make sure all of the artifacts are done precisely, cleanly, beautifully, with diagrams, with graphs. And we are gradually starting from beginner, then into intermediary, into advanced, gradually bringing the user into an intelligent, high producing, high IQ outfit. And that is this too. I need a way that I thought I moved away from work trees. Let's talk about making sure that nothing actually collides with each other. And I don't like the idea of work trees. I like the idea of cross-chat references and context so you know what each other is doing. We need to bake this in right now to the VS Code as we are coding from now on, discussing nothing about other people's builds, understanding what other people's builds are. Right now, I'm being asked about different see screenshot. It's like, nah, this is Sonnet. That's Sonnet level. In less than 5 words, give me the example of what the orchestrator would actually recommend. We are a high-producing, brilliant, very exclusive VIP outfit. Make sure that none of the nonsense that other people deal with is inputted in your decision-making. Do you see my... No, it's in the YouTube video feed. You're 100% using NPM. This is the next artifact. Actually, these two are next artifacts. I can't steal that name. Let's go back into this. Let's get intelligent. What would someone want to click on in a menu option that obviously justifies the click through to that menu option? When they go there, they understand what they clicked onto. So it's not clickbait, but it's also chic, modern, intelligent, high-producing word that denotes a learning center or an area in which they are going to be educated. Be original, and it must be only one word. The heck was this? Dude, I did a lot of curations, insights, synthesis, Foundry, Chronicles, blueprints, architecture, substrate, frameworks, primitives, systems, lighthouse, synopsis, episteme. I don't even know what that means. Acoustic. That sounds a little nerve catalyst. No, none of these are chic and modern. Curations. Insights. No. Synthesis. Give me 30 more chic and modern category. By the way, so Parallax is being used right now. And per what Boris said, I wonder if we would pros and cons. Boris, this is another artifact. He said remove your skills and something else. I want you to go into the latest YouTube interviews, and Boris recently said to remove all of your skills because you would be impressed with what AI can actually do once you provide just the objective and not very specific instructions, because AI objectively at a high reasoning model is more intelligent than a human. I agree. We should all, well, let's not go into your humor, Charles. There was also something else that he mentioned. I don't know if it was the memory markdown file or the Claude markdown file. I also want you to look at my memory markdown file, my Claude markdown file, and my design markdown file, and any other files that you read before you come back or when you are going out. Input or output of any context, what you read before and after every chat, to make sure that you are aligned with our objectives, and what revisions and edits you would actually do to any of those. I want you to be extremely liberal in what you would remove and or revise and or add or edit. Did it literally just open all of them? You gotta be kidding me. At one point, I'm like, yeah, this is cool that I get to... Okay, let's send that out. All right, so those are the SB... Okay, so that's... All right, I like that. I like that. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. What I am mad about is that this needs to be downloadable right now. Apps needs to be downloadable. Let's see if that actually... No file. All right, perfect. Not even downloadable. There it is. Already have Orbit. Do I actually have it on my computer? Orbit. Potentially. That would be funny if he actually bans components within the data centers. That would be kind of funny. Everyone is literally doing something totally different. You have Governor Abbott, Texas, saying yes to 2,000 data centers, and then saying no to 2,000 data centers based on the energy grid. That's funny. Then Donald comes out, he says, well, we're not going to ban open source models from China, but we're going to ban all of the actual physical... Dude, China is completely integrated into the United States. The Chinese are completely integrated into the United States. The manufacturing, the whole workflow of how things are actually built and shipped, the Chinese are extremely lucrative in American buildings, in our infrastructure, in our residential, in our commercial, in our economy. I just look at it more of a, I don't know why. I think I had something good about this. Yeah, no, this was going to trigger the health, the mindset, is that it's not Instagram that is the problem. Instagram is a problem. It is people that are the problem. Let me say that again. Alcohol was not my problem. Alcohol is a problem, was a problem for me. But because I abused it, that's why I was an alcoholic. It's the same thing with this. You can't blame Instagram, just like you can't. I know someone, thank God, but he heard about my story and he goes, I'm smoking too much pot. Dog, you got to get off of it. Got to get off of it. You're 28, handsome fella, in shape. You got the whole life ahead of you. This is the time you got to put your head down and start crushing it. Smashing faces, getting involved, getting motivated. And pot is the opposite. Pot wants you chill on the couch, ripping through Netflix, another streaming device. Once you're done with that, got to get off of it. Pot is not the problem. Okay? Pot with the person is the problem. It's like I thought about it today at the gym. I was like, how should I actually make a addiction like in the learning section or the courses section? I was thinking of a courses section. Your sleep is going to get affected. You're going to want to pick up another vice. You're going to want to get into something that's not good as well. You're going to want to fix another vice with another vice. You get out of pot, now you're overeating. You get out of pot, now you're drinking. You get out of pot, now you're, watching things you shouldn't be watching. Now you're obsessed with TikTok. Now you're whatever. You're getting from one vice to another vice. You're filling vice with vice. Of course, listen, you shouldn't check anybody's chat. Everyone's throwing rocks in a glass house. Don't check anybody's. They're all always going to be getting sued at all times. Number one is trial attorneys need to be paid. They need to be paid. The other issue is parents should not be friends with their kids. You're not my friend. My father was not my friend. My mom was not my friend. Okay? Were we friendly? Yes. But she was my mom. My dad was my dad. You see this all over the place where it's like, I don't want my daughter to hate me. Well, your daughter's going to hate you when she sucks at life because you were a terrible parent up until 21, 13 years old, 14 years old. The issue is not going to be AI. The issue is that I saw what AI is going to be doing to real estate agents, and I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. Am I in a deal that I need it to close so I can keep on vibe coding? Yes. Am I going to be putting up a property on behalf of one of our investors today? Yes. I need to make money. But I also know that I don't feel a passion for real estate. So I gotta bob and weave. I gotta be Muhammad Ali. I gotta be a butterfly on the canvas, boxing canvas. Once you're between the ropes, you gotta bob and weave. Gary Vaynerchuk calls it right, jab, jab, right hook. Like that guy's been in a fight. All right, Charles, now you're taking shots at everybody. Now, Gary's been very instrumental in my life, especially about 10 years ago. Here you go. Perfect example. All these boys are scratching each other's backs. Apollo, massive. Broadcom, massive. Blackstone, massive. Morgan, massive. They're all investing in each other. Once you see them chirping on this podcast, that stage, it's all a bunch of nonsense. They have $200 billion web of contracts. They don't hate each other. They love each other. They want each other to succeed. And this is what I'm talking about. Apple's facing a lawsuit. Apple's facing a lawsuit. Apple's suing OpenAI because of poaching and a bunch of people going over there that are product guys from Apple. I think it was like 30 guys that are getting sued. Then we just saw a story of the social media companies getting sued. Dude, they're getting class action $32.5 billion. I'm telling you right now, this is the first thing that I thought of was Apple's getting into streaming, which is a guy today literally in Hollywood just said that a billionaire, Ari Emanuel, billionaire today, literally said It's an iceberg. It's melting, but it's still there. A billionaire in the industry said that it is an iceberg. Still there. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's what I'm talking about. My next subscription is GLM 100% Frontier hallucination rate. Best Frontier hallucination rate. For $50, you get more uses than GBT. Granted, no vision. Yeah. Is it Quen that we're using for vision? Like, I was trying to map out the best subscription. I just need this thing to be launched. And I know it's obviously going to be... What we need to do and put into one of the markdown files is that there is a trigger when the wave is done. It triggers the orchestrator. Right now, we're sitting back very passively. If it's actually working, amazing, but there needs to be a trigger within the final working agent. When done, triggers the orchestrator to go in and trigger a review agent, or for the actual to review everything and judge it out of 100. That's what I'm missing. You have an orchestrator who plans out, spins up whatever agents are necessary. This guy goes for vision, this guy goes for coding, this guy goes for front end, this guy goes through back end, this guy, whatever. Spins that up, has a contract. The contract includes vision. That is the issue in a lot of the trash that I've been putting out, is for whatever reason, the MCP tool is not getting called. It was getting called 3 months ago for 5 months, and then out of nowhere it says, actually, we don't want to call you anymore. Then I tried 4 weeks to be like, fire up another localhost. That one's being used, fire up another localhost. Stop saying that they're being used. Stop canceling out someone else's MCP. The thing is, I can't market a product yet, which pisses me off. You know, all of this is easy to integrate once we actually have a product that I can use. Charles, download mine. It's on GitHub. It's free. This is part of the Elon Musk sleeping in the office in 2009 after the second crash, and he needs to get funding for his third rocket or else everything's out of business. Whether that's a true story or not, I have no idea. All right, so these are all the artifacts, the last 10 artifacts. Here's the cross net effective, the session in your screenshot next time it needs to pick up. So essentially what you are saying or not saying, and you need to clarify it, is in the next, or all of, actually, let's start over. I have a appointment in 20 minutes. I forgot about this. I gotta pop out. Yes, of course, Mark. You're going to be included on the free one forever. There will be a time once it's working that it's got to be paid, and it's going to be monthly because now we're going to be humming. But I do have to pop out. I do have an appointment literally in 20 minutes, and I'm 1,000 degrees in my box right now. What's in the box? What's in the box? But we will be going live again tomorrow. We had a janky setup yesterday. We've been late for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And I don't know if it's forever. Yeah, of course. You know, we'll have a couple of people. Your boy's got to make money because I'm going to be making most of my money for building other people's stuff. And other people are going to be making stuff from my ADE and also from the world we're building, the ride, the apps, the community, the personal area, their domain name. Like, it's going to be all encompassing. It's like once you get Gemini Pro, you get all of this stuff. You get YouTube Premium, you get Docs, you get Calendar, you get a domain name, you get Gemini, you get ding, 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 ding. And it's just this array of things. It's like going to a diner and you have thousands of things. But I'm going to pop out. I got to go to an appointment. I will be back tomorrow.